Hello and welcome to this edition of Trinity Gaming. I'm your host, Revan Merrick, and today we're going to start talking about alternative forms of revenue in Star Wars The Old Republic. And I'm not talking the kind where you sell your speeders to these shifty little jaws. Never can trust them. So, additional way of making revenue is by selling crafting materials such as scavenging or biochemical samples or anything like that on the Galactic Trade Network, the in-house auction. So what you can do here is, say you've collected a bunch of material, and as you can see I have this separated into 100 increments. I find that's the best quantity that sells. Anything else, it kind of varies. Easiest way to collect them and get them in the 100 increments is by shift left clicking, or right clicking I should say actually. You'll come up with this little screen right here. So I only have 40 in this stack, but if let's say I did have 400, I can type 100 and I'll split it into a stack of 100 like how I do right here. Now a quick way to check to see how everything is selling on the GTN is by shift left clicking the item. So in this takes text. So search. Now as you can see here, there's a lot of gear and weapons and stuff that have that name in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go under categories and go to crafting materials and hit search. Now we only have this. Other thing I will say is it usually does it by what is the most recent when you add it to the list. So what I like to do is I like to go to price and I'll tap it twice. So we start with the cheapest item and it'll go to the most expensive. As you can see here, a lot of people just put their stuff on here at random quantities and stuff. But as we go along here, we can see now we start having a bunch of people selling stuff right at 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine on, but I am not going to undercut this guy because that is the biggest thing that can make people mad here is when you start undercutting people. Because like if you look here, this guy's undercutting this guy by 1,300, this guy's undercutting by 700, and you just keep on going on. If we go up here a little ways in, we all could really be selling at 100 for 130,000 for 100, or equivalent to 1,300 for every single unit. Now, the reason why people do this is because they want fast credits when it comes to selling stuff on the GTN. But that does not always necessarily work, because by doing this, you're really limiting your market for being able to get profit, I should say. So like their standard buyout price, this is what they recommend selling 100 of these units as, is 38,300. We go back here, it's a little less than 20,000 above the asking price essentially, when we could be selling it for almost 100,000 more here, like this guy's trying to do. So now the other thing I will say is, if you notice, there's a bunch of people on here who have theirs on here for 2 days or 1 hour. I really disagree with a lot of people doing the 1 hour trying to do quick sells. But what I'd say to do is when you do go and sell these is put them down for a single day, 1 day duration. That way you're not waiting forever for it to see if it's sold or not. Also, it's a great way to put it on the market freshly enough, because the way it works is they'll go kind of by alphabetical order, but more often than not it's going by the newest, freshest listing for that price. So when I put this on here, so I'll go create sell, we'll go back to buy, refresh the whole list, search under crafting material, and if we go here, as you can see, my name is the first one on the list. Now let's say someone else was to put one right now in front of me, and then I go and put these on. These are still all going to be right here under the other guy, because he's got the freshest listing, since my first listing for the multi-text is at this period. So I'm going to go and put the rest of these on real quick. And an easy way, instead of just dragging, it says drag item here, don't, just right click it. Makes life way easier for you when you're trying to do stuff quickly. Alright, so now I got those 4 items on there, and then what I can also do is we'll go to this material. So as you can see, this stuff has got assembly components, which is for usually when you're doing, or as it says here, cybertech combined components. So this is for when someone who has one of those crafting skills like cybertech. So like if we bring up the window here, my crafting skill is armor mech, so I really focus on building armors and stuff. Even though I have bioanalysis and scavenging, which bioanalysis has nothing to do with armor mech, I have a couple of other characters who can collect the required materials for armor mech, or I'll just simply buy it off the GTN if it makes life simpler for me. But back to selling stuff. So if we go through here, like this right here, this is what I'm talking about. See, this guy has something here for 90, 98, 86, and it's all real cheap. But then when we come over here to look, 104 now, 168, 146, it's like, people, please just go at the 100 increments and you'll do way better in getting your items sold, because everyone likes even numbers. Believe me, everyone likes even numbers. It works way better for all of us in the long run. Just please do that. And then, so when a day goes by, or say someone buys it, it'll just simply pop up here in the mail. I don't have any currently at the moment because I just haven't been collecting recently, but it'll say either item has expired or item has sold, and you'll just, great easy way to collect it all is you just mark them all, and this button right here will say get all checked messages attached. And that's it can be a quick, but then it can also be a waiting game. But if there's one thing I would say, just be patient with it. I've had days where, you know, I've had 400 of each crafting material. I tend to collect these 4 because these are the most popular that I think sell the best. But I'll come back, and some days I'll only have 1 item that's sold in that 1 day period. Other days, all 4 items sold, and they're selling for 100,000 each. That's 400,000 for each category, times the 4. That I'm making almost $1 million in a day in just credits. And as you can see, I'm a little low right now. I've been buying a lot of stuff lately for additional characters and getting ready for the light versus dark event that's going to be coming up real soon. You should play in it. It'll be great. And I think that's about it for explaining how to make credits other ways. And anyone else can do it. And another great way to do it is also while you're just story mode. Just collect items as you're going along and just sell it on the GTN. If you don't have an exact perfect even number, I'd say just do that stack and just sell them at, like, you know, 20 or 40 or 30, you know, something with an even 0 on the end. Like, I wouldn't want to try and sell 36 of this material right now. I would try and sell 30, because that's a little better. Because what if someone has, say they need exactly 30 items, they're not going to want to have an additional 6 items and then try and resell it on the GTN, or they'll just end up selling it to one of the in-game vendors like Scrap Peddler Jawas over here. But anyway, that's it for now, and hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like and subscribe, and if you have any comments or questions, please leave a comment down below. And this is Revan Merrick signing off for Trinity Gaming, and I hope you all have a great day, and may the Force be with you as you play Star Wars: The Old Republic.